Okay, call me biased, but the favourite race of the weekend for me will be the Dunlop Touring Car Championship 2-litre class, and we're adding a new dimension of technology to it this weekend because we're introducing the data acquisition system into a couple of the 2-litre cars.
We've got five sensors, which is basically for driver analysis, other than just chassis. We've got a throttle position sensor to give us throttle position. We have a lateral accelerometer, which gives us cornering forces and also enables us to compute a circuit. One other sensor we use for drawing the circuit and giving us this information is a wheel speed sensor on one of the rear undriven wheels. This also gives us a distance calculation. We have a brake pressure sensor so we can see the braking points. We have a lap timing beacon which gives us datum points and also enables us to give us a lap count and also our lap times. And obviously we have an RPM sensor.
All this information is recorded on one of the soundtracks of the onboard camera.
This is some data that we retrieved from John Keeney's car in this morning's practice. We can display the data in various different windows to help us see what's actually happening with the car and how John is driving it through different laps. This is another graph which has got a circuit which has been drawn from the lateral cornering forces on the car and also the distance channel. Also we've got a speed, RPM and throttle position graphs from lap 5 and lap 7. This graph has also got a histogram of the different RPM ranges that's been utilised on the 2 different laps. Talking to John and showing him the data, we can try and find out with his different driving styles why maybe on lap 7 he is a lot quicker through the back straights here and also this corner, and on lap 5 he's a lot faster down all of the straights.
Yes, a new dawn in technology has arrived for John Keeney and particularly Barry Barrable. Barry, wake up! Phoenix Park.
Oh, jeez. Good morning.
Are you dreaming of winning there?
Well, yeah. Hopefully, if it was the same as last year, hopefully I can give the same result.
But not going too well yesterday.
No, I lost third gear on the third lap, although I made a good start from a fair bit uncustomedly down the grid. But hopefully today I can rectify the lads are putting in the gearbox now.
Gordon, this is a ride affair. You can't get into your own racing car.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it?
What's happened?
The car last night, deadlock system's on, so now we get it up now, right? I'm sure that won't stop us from getting out.
It's just a hassle you didn't need.
Oh well, sure. I suppose that's motor racing, you know.
You're leading the championship, Gordon. It's been a year that sometimes it's quite hard to follow with all these weights and penalties and things.
Yeah, it sure is. I think it's been an interesting year, really. The way the system is structured, the way you get grid position has added a little bit more interest into the race. I haven't won a race this year, but we've been trying hard. We've been fairly consistent, I suppose, and for that reason, that's why we're up there, although it's really coming down to the crunch line now. So I think we'll probably get there if we can at all.
The 19 2-litre Saloon sit on the grid for the 8-lap Dunlop touring car race, and we will be going inside with no less than 4 of these drivers. On row 3 we have championship leader Gordon Kellett in his Castrol Opel Astra. On the row behind we have Jonathan Fowles with the roof camera in the Lynx Peugeot 309. Then our 2 telemetry cars, John Keeney in the Dunlop Statoil Peugeot 306 on the 6th row, whose dash shows us revs per minute, kilometres per hour and a brake meter. On the 8th row, Barry Barrable. He gives us brakes, revs and on the left a throttle indicator.
Hands in the air from the marshals, they're ready to go, the flag is dropped and away they go, the lights have changed and Michael Cullen tucking in behind Joe Foley, trying to get the run of them down, and look at the bit of a squeezing match with Kellett there in the 3rd row, but Michael Cullen trying to come across the bows of Joe Foley's not going to make it. The Honda's in 3rd place, and we wait and hold our breath to see if everyone can get round Dublin Bristol corner. They have, it's a miracle.
We're on board with Gordon Kellett as he goes up through the gears on the fastest part of this triangular circuit. Just ahead of him, the little Renault of O'Connor, and on the left, it's Michael Cullen, and they're virtually swapping paint.
coming down into Magnum Ferry Glen corner and maximum braking at this point on a very uneven surface.
The revs die, the throttle pressure is at minus, and the brakes are on full for Ferry Glen corner in Barry Ballable's car.
And if somebody missed it there, we don't see Michael Cullen. What's happened to Michael Cullen? He's not in that back. He's back in about 5th place, so he must have missed a gear.
Yes, Michael really has been swamped now, and he's given himself a lot of work to do, I think, over the next 7 laps.
Already we've got a bit of damage in one of the Peugeots there in the middle of the pack. But Michael Cullen is in behind Gordon Kellett there in about 5th place. So the Honda now in 2nd place of Brian Ward. Joe Foley leads. Brian Ward is 2nd, and then Ed O'Connor in the little Renault Clio in 3rd place as they come streaming down the Dunlop Straight to complete 1 lap.
Yes, what a glorious moment now for Joe Foley to be leading this race. It's probably the most competitive field of saloon cars we've seen in Phoenix Park for years. Joe Foley, of course, is... Oh, and a spinner there.
Barrable, it's Michael Barrable, number 22, has got a huge dent cavity in the side of his Opel Astra, and that's not going to affect his performance, but it's certainly going to affect his bills, and indeed, I'm afraid, sadly, he's pulling off.
And here we see it again in slow motion. Oh, and look, the Astra was actually airborne, and it was T-boned by Rod McGovern, and that hasn't done his Peugeot any good either. And here we see the incident again from inside Barry Barrable's car. Mayhem as his brother's knocked off the circuit. Now let's watch this telemetry and John Keeney's car in action. We're accelerating out of Dublin Crystal Corner up towards the fastest part of the circuit. We were just at 41 kilometers per hour around Dublin Crystal. And look at the speed build up now. We're up the Rathdown Motor Straight and heading towards 185 kilometers per hour. See the revs varying slightly as it goes up the gear. We're now in top gear. And there's 186 we saw. Before we go onto the brakes, notice the B for brake indicators now full on, right down towards Magnum Corner at 31 kilometers an hour and then accelerating away again. Now Brian Ward really has to get tucked in here behind the slipstream. He's not close enough in this lap, so he just has to hope now that Foley is going to run out of brakes for Dublin Crystal Corner. They're braking from about 110, 120 miles an hour down to about 35 miles an hour into this corner. Ed O'Connor in 3rd place, pulling away a little bit now. Gordon Kellett in 4th, a very frustrated Michael Cullen in 5th, and 6th Sean McGill.
Yeah, so we saw Joe Foley has just lost the lead now, and Brian Ward from Ashburn is leading this race, and I think that Ed O'Connor may even swallow up Joe Foley under braking now for the Ferry Glen.
Oh, major mistake from Joe Foley. He presumably left his braking a little bit late, got himself into trouble on the grass, and yes, Ed O'Connor is into 2nd place. So quite a change as they come down into Magnum Ferry Glen this time.
Yes, so we can see some body damage there on Brian Ward's car, but what a wonderful position for the Dunlop Touring Car Championship and for this class, because we have 3 different lengths of car in the first 3. We have a Honda, then a Renault, then an Opel.
And indeed in the championship they do all kinds of things to handicap themselves. If you win a race in this, you have to carry extra ballast for the next race, and there's all kinds of grid arrangements. So in fact Gordon Kellett, who's lying in 4th place there in the Castro car, is leading the championship but hasn't actually won a race yet this year.
No, that's an interesting one. All of the winning, all of the victories have fallen this year to Michael Cullen and Jonathan Files. Jonathan currently down in 7th position. He's not having his best performance here today, but he's had 3 wins this year.
And easily the most determined man at the moment is Joe Foley in the Atlas Tires car there, really putting on a big pressure of the Park Lane car, and quite legitimately Ed O'Connor just easing his way across the track, not making it easy for the Astra, but I think the Astra just got through into 2nd place. We'll see when they come into shot down into Magnum Ferry Glen Corner any second now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Foley is up into 2nd.
No, indeed, and you're actually right, Plum. Although it's very, very tight, they're side by side now into the braking area at Ferry Glen, and Ed O'Connor has the racing line here, so Ed should be able to hold off Joe. Joe, of course, a very, very experienced driver, and he's incredibly determined right now. He's furious with himself for losing the lead, and my goodness.
Oh, daft stuff from Joe there. He got himself front-wheel drive, of course, as they're trying to drag you up onto a curb. He got himself up in the grass and couldn't get off it, and he lost seconds, absolutely. There's Jonathan Files. We just saw a brief glimpse of him there. He's won 3 races so far this year.
And I suppose looking at your windscreen, you could say he's got the bug for racing.
And this is the last opportunity, just about. Foley gets into second. Kellett's going to keep fourth, is he? Yes, Kellett's keeping fourth. There's one corner to go to make it all be decided. Jonathan Files still pulling them in, but a very happy little bat from Ashbourne coming up that straight, the August straight for the last time. They're all spread out a little bit more. Can Ed O'Connor make a last-minute bid here at Link's corner? It looks unlikely unless Foley just leaves it all too late. Hold your breath as they come through. It should be the checkered flag waiting for them now. Brian Ward.